was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now.
It's amazing. Well, first of all, I couldn't believe she wanted me to be a part of it. It's like an honor, you know. I knew what this meant to her and to her fans, and I'm one of them too, you know. So like, I mean, to be a part of this is so special. And yeah, I mean, I would have never said no. I still can't believe it. I keep forgetting I'm in it. I'm like excited to go see it, and I keep forgetting I'm gonna be in it. So yeah, it's cool.
What happens in that movie?
I was giddy. Yeah, I couldn't believe. It's really funny. It was like, I think I had woken up to like a text from my manager, and it was like, Taylor Swift wants to talk to you about something, and I was like, that's an unreal. I was like so foggy too, and like I had my night guard in, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then like we texted and then jumped on the phone, and then it's funny, my friend Sarah, who's like the biggest Swiftie of all time, like knew exactly like what it's for. She's like, I wonder if it's gonna be for this. And then we talked, shot the shit on the phone, and then she asked me like what I thought and if I wanted time to think, and I was like, oh, it's a yes. What do you mean? Even before I
Sarah would kill me if I didn't.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's 100%. I'm in.
All right, I love that. Yeah. And now you're in the Swifties universe. You see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, this is madness,
truly
right?
wild, yeah.
I watched the film, the 13-minute short film.
Yeah.
You and Sadie, the chemistry,
Cool.
What was that like working with her? And then also working with Taylor as a director, and
Yeah.
she wrote it, she produced it, she's in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so much credit to Taylor because, yeah, I mean, it's not easy to, I guess, achieve something like that. It's such a, you know, nuanced, like, relationship dynamics is really hard to execute, you know. And I think it's really challenging. And the stage that she set, though, and just even in her lyrics and in her vision for the film and the lookbooks and the situations that she put us in, you know, made it really easy, I think, because they were such authentic, insightful, like, situations, you know. So, yeah, it was just about, I mean, being set up for success, you know. There was never a moment where I felt like it wasn't easy, because, and I think that's a lot to do with her.
And lastly, can you get All Too Well out of your head now?
No, it's so funny. I was working on something else. I had to fly to do this, and so when I went back to set, and I was just like humming it all week. It was so. Yeah, well, I mean, it was an immediate yes. I couldn't believe that she called me for this. I couldn't believe she knew who I was. That was hilarious. We were cracking up about that.
What was that conversation like?
I was just sort of like, I can't believe you even know who I am. I think I just said it straight out. And we were talking about, we're like neighbors too in New York, so we were like talking about that. We were like waving at each other through the windows. I was like, "Do you see me?" She's like, "Not really." I'm like, "All right, just wave anyway." Yeah, and then it was super funny. Then she like checked in with me, I think like a half hour into the conversation, saying like, you know, so did you get the materials? Like, what do you think? You can totally say no. And I was like, oh, it's not even a question. You know.
So when Taylor Swift comes calling, you have to say yes.
100%. Yeah. I couldn't believe she wanted me to be a part of it. You know, this is such a special thing for her and her fans, and I'm so in support. And I couldn't believe I got to like support it.
And what was your mindset going into it?
I mean, just to let it fly. I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, so it's gonna be interesting. I immediately trusted her so much. Well, first of all, like she's so brilliant. Even like her whole vision for the project that she sent, the lookbook, everything is you know exactly. She's very clear in what she wants, and she's very intentional with everything that she's doing. You know, and so it's really easy to just follow that. And
she was really intentional about choosing you and choosing Sadie. She said you guys had incredible chemistry in front of the camera, that there were a few scenes you guys improv. I mean, how did you build a scene like that with Sadie and with, Taylor behind the camera?
Honestly, it's just like let it roll, and then just and just lived it, I think again, it's like she has such a nuanced and like insightful sort of take on this. And so I think setting up those situations is it's easy to like play in those situations when there's such sort of realistic, like nuanced things, in relationships.
Last question. Fans have speculated this song is about Jake Gyllenhaal. And they've talked about your ages, yours and Sadie's, and how they're very similar to the ages that Taylor and Jake were when they were dating. Any Easter egg there? Any insight?
Oh no, I don't think so. No, my character's name was Brandon. Yeah, so that's what that's all I know about it. I don't even think it's such a just insightful and random take on a relationship I don't think she's even experienced. That's what's so funny. I was like, how do you know this so well? You know, it's incredible.
Very relatable though, and I think a lot of fans are gonna like it.
Brandon come to life, you know?
Sipping coffee like you're on a late night show. But then he watched me watch the front door all
There is another thing if you wanted to go and sit.
said it's supposed to be fun. Turning 21. Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it after plaid shirt days.